As she pushed open the creaky door, Emily stepped into the musty silence of the library's oldest wing. The air was thick with dust, and the flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows on the shelves. Her eyes scanned the rows of ancient tomes, searching for the rare volumes that lined the spines of her favorite authors. As a librarian, Emily knew every book in the collection by heart. She had spent countless hours poring over the pages, uncovering hidden meanings and secrets within the texts. But today was different. Today, she was on a mission to find something new, something that would challenge everything she thought she knew about books and readers. As she wandered down the aisles, Emily's fingers trailed along the spines of the books, feeling the worn leather and embossed titles. Her eyes landed on a slim volume with an unassuming cover, adorned with no symbols or markings. The title was plain, The Mirrored Tome. Curiosity piqued, Emily carefully pulled the book from its shelf. The paper felt like silk between her fingers, smooth and cool to the touch. She opened the cover, expecting to find blank pages, but instead, a sentence leapt out at her. "You are not here by chance." Emily's brow furrowed in surprise. How did this book know her? She began to read on, devouring the words as if they were a meal. The weight of your thoughts presses upon you, like an unseen hand that guides you toward the light. As she read, Emily felt a strange sensation creeping over her skin. It was as if the words were speaking directly to her soul, tapping into emotions she had long suppressed. Tears pricked at the corners of her eyes as she read about loneliness and longing. Suddenly, the room around her began to fade away, leaving only the book's words echoing in her mind. Emily felt herself transported to a place where time stood still, and all that existed was the gentle hum of the library's air conditioning. As she delved deeper into the book, Emily discovered that its pages were not just written words, but a reflection of her own emotions. It wrote about fear, love, joy, and sorrow, all the contradictions of human experience. The more she read, the more it felt like the book was speaking to her very essence. Hours passed in a blur as Emily devoured the book's secrets. When finally she closed its cover, she felt changed. The weight on her shoulders had shifted, as if some invisible burden had been lifted. In the days that followed, Emily found herself returning to The Mirrored Tome again and again. With each reading, she discovered new insights into herself and others. She began to see the world in a different light, one where emotions were not just fleeting states, but living, breathing entities that connected us all. As news of the book's power spread through the library, students and scholars flocked to Emily for guidance. They sought her advice on how to navigate their own inner landscapes, how to find solace in times of turmoil, and how to cultivate compassion for those around them. Emily found herself at the center of a quiet revolution, one that spoke not only to the intellectual, but also to the emotional self. She began to see her role as more than just a librarian. She was a facilitator of connection, a bridge between readers and the worlds within their own hearts. One evening, as Emily sat in her office surrounded by stacks of The Mirrored Tome, she realized that this book had become more than just a text. It had transformed into a part of her, an embodiment of the very emotions it wrote about. And yet, even as she felt this connection deepen within her, a small voice whispered that there was still so much more to explore. The boundaries between reader and writer blurred, leaving Emily wondering, what other secrets lay hidden in the pages, waiting for her to uncover? As the years went by, The Mirrored Tome became an enigma, a book with no discernible author or origin story. Some claimed it was written by an angel, while others whispered that it held a message from beyond the veil of reality. Emily knew only one truth, that as long as she held its pages, the world would continue to be full of wonder and possibility. And so, with each passing day, she returned to the book, listening for the whispers within its heart, the voice that spoke directly to her soul, reminding her of the power that lay hidden within every moment.